Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Congress and their outstanding stock trading abilities. Uh, I've been looking at unusual wells and I decided to look a little deeper. And as I was going through the story, I will share it on Twitter. You need to check a look at it. I'm going to take you there in a second, but it's something you probably need to go through pretty good. And I was able to take their buys and sells and put them on a chart and label them and possibly take away something from it. We'll be making more videos. We're going to be revisiting this because this is something we all need to see. I'm going to take you to the website, and this is it: Congress versus SPY in 2023. Brian Higgins knocked it plumb out of the park with 238%. I've got him on the charts, and I know where he bought, and it's the same place that Nancy Pelosi bought, but not at the same time. Somehow or another, these charts keep going back to the same spot, to these very important areas where politicians like to buy and sell. It's an important area. Now, Brian Higgins' portfolio contained only around 100,000 in NVIDIA, which he bought in 2021. I'm going to show you exactly where that is. Some other notable trades amongst these members in Pelosi's holding: her tech stocks from 2022 for massive gains in 2023. She also, at year end, reinvested in NVIDIA. I've got that on there as well. It will be an important area. Now I'm going to go up because this is the part that's a little gray. Portfolio returns. We rely on the public disclosure via the Stock Act. This data is often delayed, inaccurate, and amended. We track a member's portfolio based on their buys and sells. Generally, we do not probably track their portfolios before they come into Congress. Sometimes we can gather some information from annual disclosures, but most of the time the data is flawed, inaccurate, and reported incorrectly by members. Who'd have thunk it? Why would we expect anything different? They'd lie when the truth would do better. We look for buys and sells and form opening or closing positions for each member. This would be equivalent to buy or sell portfolios. Now, just for example, right here, for example, Pelosi's NVIDIA trade in December was disclosed incorrectly. She said it was a put, but it was a call. Again, numerous members disclosed trades late and accurately with wrong ticker symbols, but that's okay. We can get around that. Republicans only returned around 18%. Democrats 31.18%. Oh man, it is broke. Now I'm going to take you to the charts because first I want to show you a video I did about Tommy Tuberville. He's right here, right there, Tommy Tuberville. Take you right over here. Make sure I've got my audio on, so that's a bummer when it's not. And here's the video I made, and I'm going to show the chart.
Just disclosed a purchase of put options betting against the Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing plant in Taiwan. And we're also seeing Warren Buffett sell 90% of his shareholdings in the company, which 90% of $4.1 billion is pretty big. These are all clues that, hey, there's something ramping up. Tommy sits on the Senate of Armed Services Committee. You think he's got some insider information? I want to read to you a few more committees that he's on. Risk Management and Trade Committee, Senate Committee on Armed Services, Subcommittee on Readiness and Management Support, Subcommittee on Sea Power, and Subcommittee on Strategic Forces. Needless to say, he has plenty of inside information. We can use it as a bellwether. We can use it as a, hey, this guy knows something and he's shorting the stock. The reason why this is a big deal is because this particular semiconductor plant makes 92% of the semiconductors in the world. Senator Tommy Tuberville just disclosed a purchase of put options betting.
Okay, so that is the video. Now I want to share the chart with you because this is going to make some sense, I do believe. Let me make sure I'm actually sharing the chart with you. Okay, so that was old Tommy. There's another guy, and sometimes they're saying they're buying or something. The important thing is it's all around the same level. Okay. Now Michael McCall, this TSM, He started buying crazy time. Him, Greg Stanton, this is all where they're buying. It's crazy how you know to buy right before a gap up. That's really neat, isn't it? Okay, the takeaway. What does all this have in common? Well, you can take a box and you can make it big or small, but you can pretty much. I got a alert set to this important area right at the top of it because I believe this will be revisited. This will be revisited, and I'm going to be making videos in this important area where they're buying here, and also during this gap, which also coincides with this top right here. It's all together in a gap top. I believe it will come back just like it came back to that gap, touched and took off. Whenever this thing does go down, it will do something here. I'll talk about it here as well. But this should be a very important area, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Let's go over to old Nancy. I think you're going to like this. All right, hit the like button because that's funny. All right, here's Nancy Pelosi's purchase line and Brian Higgins' purchase line. Now, what do they have in common? They're at exactly the same level at different times. Wow. How does this help us? Well, give me just a second. There's where he bought. And I'm sorry, I don't even know what he looks like, but I just figured that was fitting. And if you're a politician, you're an open target. Right here, this is what I want to take away. There's some major manipulation right here. And why is that important? Why do they always buy during this crazy manipulation? The market wants to go up. It is brought back. It is brought back for who to get in? Okay. And you can make that box bigger. I'm pretty sure I moved it while I was charting and messed it up, but you're getting the drift. This important area, and you could call this a gap. You bring that line down just a little bit, make a little more sense of it. There's a gap here. It's actually down. Yeah, it's a little closer. And you can go through and see there's a humongous gap there. It all has that in common, and it came back and gave all of us a chance at this important area. That's the takeaway. And there's more. I've got more to share with you. But just know, Nancy, the people that are knocking it out of the park, she made 1.9 million off this trade. All right. And we had opportunity. Now here's where she bought again. Okay. She bought again up here. It was right. It was right here, I believe. It was right as soon as it started getting crazy. Well, as soon as the sideways action started, consolidation, if you will. And you'll notice right here where she bought or thereabouts, because we don't know exactly. There's a gap, and there's also a gap right here. She must have bought right there because that's where I got the line. And it goes with this gap. And where she had bought, I don't know why the line's going, but there was these two indecision candles right apart from each other during the manipulation that goes slam through this gap that I think will be revisited. I've got an alert set right here. So when this comes down from nosebleed highs, we're going to be talking about it right here. Okay. Now next, AMD. This is going to help too because it just took off, and the people that have been buying this are the usual suspects. And there's plenty more, guys. There wouldn't be enough room on the screen if I put all their names in lines. It would be a lot of lipstick. But you'll notice right here, Mark Wayne Mullen. Doesn't that look familiar? The manipulation down and a gap between two black candles. Neither one of them have a tail. Just weird stuff like that. And it comes across. There's another manipulation. And I've got an alert set here. I will be singing and dancing when it comes back and retest this level. Now, Michael also bought here. Joshua Gottenheimer bought here. And Thomas Tuberville bought here. So this will also be an important area that, look, I don't have it annotated on here, but I will. All of this, I guess the best thing to probably do is go off that gap right there. And we could say that will be an important area. So when that gets there, when that comes back, I'm going to put that right up here. That might give us an opportunity to miss out on the FOMO and actually get in where the politicians are. And if we don't get in there, if we get stopped out, we'll try again here. And if that doesn't work, we'll wait till it goes all the way back down to the next area. So I don't have annotated on here yet because I'm pretty sure these are the important areas. So guys, that is the big takeaway. Again, please check out the unusual whales. I'll put it on Twitter, Financial Prepper PPR, and go through, and you can, doing yourself a favor. I don't have anything to sell you. I just desire for people to not get the FOMO, not suffer FOMO, and buying at high prices and fall victim to it. You know, I've been there. I'm telling you, and I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to be the bag holder anymore. I'm going to buy where they buy, and or try to do my best to. And if it gets stopped out, I'll buy at the next stop. So I hope you got something from this video, and if you can help me in this, I'm just sharing with you what I'm figuring out as I'm figuring it out. And there's something to it. I can see enough to really see it start to play out, and it very well could provide some exceptional opportunities to get into the market. Because I don't think we're even getting started good in the melt up, but we do probably have a downturn coming where those where these levels where they buy and they sell at the top and then they run it back down and they buy it again. That's all they do over and over and over. It's a big club and we ain't in it. Guys, have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.